way too much glare in the glasses here. They're coming off. Hey everybody, I'm randomfrankp, and today we have some big leaks coming for you guys. News on the iOS 9 release as well as the iPhone 6s and the iPhone 6 Plus S. So some pretty big news. Let's start off with some news about iOS 9, the upcoming new software for all Apple devices, usually going to be released around WWDC in September. So the first thing with iOS 9 we're going to find is they're releasing a new thing called the Home app. Not the home button, but this Home app is going to be your sort of centralized app for all the things in your home that are smart, like smart thermostats, smart garage openers, smart coffee makers, smart thermostats. I already said thermostats. Smart smoke alarms, smart cars, all the things you would consider smart inside your house, you're going to be able to control with this new Home app. Second thing is we're going to have a little refreshed look in terms of the font. They are going to go with a new, cleaner, easier to read font called San Francisco, which is already on the newly released iWatches. So the font on there, they're going to adapt to their iPads and their iPhones. No news yet on what it's going to be for Yosemite and stuff like that, but new font for most of the iDevices. And the last thing right now, which there's not a lot of news on, is better multitasking. So possibly, can we see a better revamped multitasking in terms of doing two things on one screen, since the screens are, much bigger than previous models in the past? Can we have something like that, like we see on Android devices? Who knows? That's all we have now for the iOS 9 news, but we're going to move right into the big news that everyone cares about, and that's the leaks for the iPhone 6s and the iPhone 6 Plus S, or the 6s Plus. The first new feature is going to be the integration of Touch Force. And Touch Force is what we've seen on the newly released iWatches again, where depending on how hard you touch your phone, that's going to interact and do new things with different features, and it's going to mean all new things. So it all depends on how hard you touch the screen. And the whole touchscreen market's been kind of dull ever since touchscreen phones became the kind of, the normal thing since like 2007. So having a whole new touch force kind of gesture thing on your phone is going to be pretty cool. We're going to see Apple do that in their newly released phones. That's going to be one of their main selling points with the 6S and the 6S Plus. Next up, and following the trend of what the iWatch has done, they're going to be releasing a new color. They're going to be introducing the rose gold color for your iDevices. So in the past, we've seen like the space gray, silver, and the champagne. Well, now you're going to be able to pick from a nice rose gold option. So the ladies are going to love that one. The third thing is, the cameras are going to get a huge boost, finally, long overdue. And in the past, Apple has always kind of had the crown for having the best cameras on their phones on the market. But with recent phones like the Galaxy S6 and the LG G4, Apple's kind of lacking now. They're going to look to upgrade from an 8 megapixel camera now to a 12 megapixel camera. So taking a 4 megapixel boost, and we'll likely see a faster f-stop with their phones. So you're going to have better cameras and better pictures overall. The next thing is, we're not going to see a new design, but more of a reworking and a revamp of the internal build structure. Everyone remembers Bendgate, when Lou from Unbox Therapy bent the iPhone 6 Plus and literally broke the internet as well as the phone. They're going to kind of revamp the structure on the inside of the framing, possibly a stronger metal so it doesn't bend so easily. Next up, we're going to see a boost in the performance. So we're going to have a performance upgrade here. We have the A8 chip inside our phones now. We're likely going to see the A9 chip get released with iOS 9. It all makes sense. And with that, we're probably going to get a bump to 2 gigabytes of RAM, which is, again, long overdue. Even though our phones are really, really fast now, they're going to be getting faster. And the whole bump of 2 gigabytes of RAM is probably going to help with the, as I mentioned earlier, the whole new revamped multitasking feature. So more memory, more power, better overall for your phone. And the last new leak that we found for the 6S and 6S Plus phones is going to be sort of new gesture controls. So we've seen in the past on like iPads and your trackpad and your MacBook Pro, you can use 2, 3, 4, even 5 fingers to move around your device and interact with it in new ways. And we're probably going to see some of that now on the upcoming newer models of the iPhones. Like I said, not too much information on that, but we can probably see that coming as well, along with, like I said, the Force Touch and the whole upgrade in terms of the performance. Alright everybody, it's going to do it for the leaked information video on iOS 9, as well as some leaked news about the upcoming Apple models, the iPhone 6s and the iPhone 6s Plus. I wanted to bring you guys the news first so you guys can check it out. And we're probably going to see this stuff get confirmed around WWDC 2015 in September. So that's about the time we're going to see these things start to get confirmed and revealed. But I wanted to bring it to you guys first, nice little first source of information for you all. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're a fanboy of something else, you don't got to give me any hate. Just move on with your day. If you have any questions, you can comment down below, or you can always hit me up on Twitter at randomfrankp. I'm always on Twitter, so if you want to ask me a question, you want to interact with me, find out what's going on with the channel in terms of news and the little sneak peeks of what I'm going to be unboxing or reviewing, hit me up on Twitter at randomfrankp. And lastly, guys, if you haven't already, please hit subscribe. I've done a ton of tech videos in the past, tons of reviews and gaming stuff, so I got a ton of stuff. If you want to see more, hit subscribe. You won't miss a thing. All right, everybody, I'm Random Frank P. Have a good day. Second, again, following a trend here with following the iWatch. iWatch? What? Next up, following the trend of doing what the iWatch. I did it again.